I guess I'll spit on the floor. Fancy place. I'll probably be taking a few things with me. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Adam. This is HMO4 Gaming. Welcome you back to the Outer Worlds. In the last episode, we wrapped up Felix's loyalty quest as well as took a psychedelic trip with Max on his way to wrap up his loyalty mission. And in this episode, I thought we'd wrap up our last two crew members' loyalty missions, starting first with Peril here on Byzantium to pick her up those fancy clothes that she wanted for her date with Junlei. And then we're going to go take Ellie to go see her parents and kick hers off and most likely wrap up hers in this episode. Before we get started, please hit like, hit subscribe, do all those things on down below to help me out on our way to 100 subscribers. I'd like to thank anyone who's lasted with me this long. Shoutouts to you. You're the real MVP. I'm kind of getting sad that we're getting towards the end of this series. It's been a joy to essentially check out the Outer Worlds on the Switch. I know there's definitely, more powerful consoles and I can definitely play it on my PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X, but hey, I wanted to check out the Switch version just to see how it is.
You with the hips, over here. Let me take a closer look at you.
I mean, we kind of all have hips there, lady.
Don't speak. Hold that posture for a moment while I admire you. You have a natural contrapposto, my dear.
Excuse me?
The way you rest your weight against your hip suggests a certain rugged charisma possessed only by the mighty primal and the well-traveled spacer. Splendid. I love it.
That's me, rugged and well-traveled.
Ah, Celeste, you've done it again. I knew from the moment I laid eyes on you that I'd found my muse.
Oh, geez.
I'm Celeste Jolicoeur, and you, my dear, are exactly what Byzantium needs.
It's like you read my mind.
Darling, you and that brutish swagger of yours have been on my mind the moment you stepped into my studio. I'm working on a new line of clothing that will shock this city to its core, and I'd like your help. What do you say, my dear? Care to make history with me?
Sure, why not? Count me in.
Marvelous! You and I are gonna wake this city up like a cold splash of wine to the face. What I need is a survey of the outside world. What does the common laborer wear? How do the wild-eyed madmen of Monarch dress themselves? I've heard rumors, but I require samples. Also, I expect you to model for me.
Okay, any excuse to admire my looks, huh? Can't blame you.
Oh, you cad! You'll be the talk of Byzantium once I'm done with you. I'll need you to model for me the following: the apparel of an iconoclast, the armor of a marauder, and a full ensemble of spacer gear, helmet included. And when I say spacer gear, I mean an outfit worn by real spacers, none of that garbage spacer's choice pedals. You have the bearing and demeanor of a born model. You're going to absolutely murder this job.
And I'll do that probably off screen because that doesn't really sound very interesting. See what I can do.
Fabulous! I can't wait to see what you dredge up.
And thank you for giving me a quest, but my engineer going on a date. She needs a fine outfit.
You don't gotta be so forward about my reasons, Captain.
Yes, I do.
Let me get a good look at you. Turn around, please, darling. My word, such muscular shoulders. You're a vision, dear.
I am no such thing, ma'am.
Nonsense, you're absolutely lovely. Chin up now. I have just the thing for you. Let me do a back-of-the-envelope calculation. Materials, labor, licensing and copyright. There.
And she's an engineer. You think she can't afford that?
Love. That's the ultimate luxury, darling. Love. Oh, gracious me.
Is that going to give me a
I
discount?
don't get why that's funny, ma'am.
Oh, my cherub. Who woos for love anymore? That's so precious. All right, Captain. Here is the absolute best I can do for you.
I mean, I'm just swimming in money at this point. I think I have like 20,000 bits, so it's fine.
There are some things
At least that gets
I
me half
simply
off.
Cannot skip on, darling. Such a lovely young lady deserves the best. Now stand back. Back. I'll enter the settings and get these machines spinning. You'll be broke to bespoke in merely an hour.
Nearly an hour later.
And there we are, my darling girl. I wish you a splendiferous evening. And if you don't mind my asking, have you any interest in modeling?
What? Oh, no, ma'am. All them eyes staring at me? I couldn't. No way, no how. I get scared just thinking on it.
I wish you weren't so shy, my Violet. You truly are beautiful. I hope your date sees that as clearly as I.
And just to wrap up for you, let me see. Do you have any specific information to find this gear?
If I were an enterprising spacer in need of a wardrobe.
Okay, groundbreaker, thank you. All right, Pravati, what do you think? As I reload my gun.
Oh, can you believe this outfit? It's so handsome, I'm almost afraid to touch it. Well, I guess that's everything then. After all this time, I just have to actually do it now. You know, there's a part Junlei's been looking for to fix up the air cyclers. They only carried them on big colony ships, like the Hope.
Pravati, making every little thing perfect won't shade Junlei's feelings. Come on now.
I know. For a while, it felt like everything I did was a little bit of help. And it meant I didn't have to ask her to be mine. Not yet. Not for real. Next time we dock with Groundbreaker, I'm doing it. I'll send June a message and ask her over. Oh, this is real scary, Captain. I'm grateful for all you done.
You got it. And let's head back there right now and wrap up Pravati's date. Hello?
I don't know if you watched the big finale, but I don't want to ruin the surprise. Let's just say it involved a whole mess of tossball players and the biggest Manta Queen I ever saw.
Do you think maybe I could borrow that sometime?
Okay, that was weird. Pravati.
I swear, next time we put into Groundbreaker, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ask her over. Oh, I'm so nervous. Having trouble focusing on my work.
Oh, I should have done that. All right, one sec. Let me... Who won? Anyone get a bullseye? Nah. All right, let's put over to the Groundbreaker and wrap up Pravati's quest. All right, Pravati, we're here.
All right. She's on her way. How do I look?
The same. Are you gonna put on your dress or anything?
Oh, my hands have finally stopped shaking. All right, all right. Deep breath. Here I go.
I wonder if she's actually gonna put on the dress. Okay, she is actually wearing them. Thank God.
So I told him, Dad, I'm a big girl now. I ain't need your help.
That's what I paid $3 grand for?
What did you say to that?
And Junlei's just wearing normal stuff.
Handed me his favorite
And we
lunch,
got the
'cause I
fancy
didn't
food.
dinner.
Got the nice
That's
sugar
as I was.
things that I ran around
Thanks, Wolfie,
Monarch
talking
for.
back to him.
Got the sapphire
He was
wine.
never like that. I always
All
thought it was
right.
funny when I get indignant about something. Then he'd watch me do whatever it was, make sure I didn't get hurt, but he'd never interfere. I learned a lot that way.
I wish I could have met him. Anyone
I wish
who
I could
helped
sit
shape me
down.
must have been a special person.
Okay. Pravati, how's it going?
Captain, no spine.
Exit the Unreliable. Oh, I have to leave and come back? All right, hold on. All right. And we're off to Groundbreaker. Oh, Pravati's with us. What did you think, Pravati?
Yeah, huh?
Oh. Nothing? Oh, and I have to go back. All right, Pravati, you could just tell me what's going on, but I guess back to the ship?
Okay, Captain, she's gone.
I know, we just went outside together. You could have just told me that. I want all the details.
I feel like running laps around the cargo bay. So she got here, and the first thing she said was, "Oh, you smell nice, like mock apples." And I was like, "Yeah, new soap." And then she just sort of touched my arm real gentle-like and called the cut of my outfit elegant. I couldn't hear the rest on account of my heart was beating so hard. Then I led her into the kitchen. I think she about cried when she saw the spread.
So you just laid out the meal, brought June in, and started the music?
She stood stock still and just said, "Oh, real soft." Oh, and let me tell you, I was sweating. And then she blinked and said, "Is that dustbat casserole?" I told her how we got Mr. Raymond to bake it for us, so it was double authentic. Made by a real live monarch person.
So the meal went well. The dessert too?
Well, we talked a bunch over dinner about the things we learned just through messages, stuff we repaired, how I taught her to salvage and she taught me to build. When I brung out the sweetheart cakes, June, she got a little teary, said she had a thing she needed to say. But I stopped her because I wanted to say it first. I never felt so bold, Captain.
That's unusually forward for you.
One of us has got to be. We're both... June's so reserved and I'm so shy. I worried if I never said anything, nothing would ever get said, you know? I told her about how she made me feel. Bold like I acted, strong, smarter and kinder than I am on my lonesome. I listed all the things I liked about her. And then she pulled out a paper and read a speech. She talked about the things she admired about me, like my cleverness and my humor, and how it made her want to be more open.
Wait, she wrote a speech to declare her love? That's adorable.
She was worried she wouldn't get the words out right, especially after that message about Isabel. It's sweet. Anyhow, when she wrapped up, I asked her to be my girlfriend.
Ooh.
And Captain, she said yes!
What about your disinterest in physical affection?
We talked about it some. I told her I wasn't sure how it would work, how I've had a bad time of it in the past. She said we'll take it as it comes. Fix things together. Share meals, talk. Maybe she could rub my shoulders when they're sore. I said I might like that.
Very sweet. Congratulations.
It's all on your account, you know. Imagine if you'd never taken me out of Edgewater. I'd have never met Junlei at all. I don't know nothing about the Vicar's capital P plan, but you've sure changed my life. So, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna head to my cabin and happy scream into my pillow for like an hour.
That's the spirit. And Pravati's gained the enhanced evening perk. Alright, and what is the advanced evening perk? Let's see. No, I want ranged. Defensive, that's fine. She has food duration plus and drink durations. Oh, so she can get bonuses off of eating and drinking, which we never do. Sorry, Pravati. Alright. So we have one last companion. We need to... Okay, that's just a random lots of money just given to me. And we still have one more companion we have to mess with. And that would be Ellie over in Byzantium. And we haven't really started hers at all. So let's go and talk to Ellie's parents. Damn, Ellie, you got a fancy ass house. Where's your parents? I guess they're in here. And we got Theodora and Lionel. Alright, this should be good.
Marilyn, is that you?
Loss. We certainly didn't expect to see you like this. And I didn't expect you to renew your marriage contract. But we're all full of surprises today, aren't we? Speaking of surprises, you should meet my new friend. We've been running around the system for a while now, stirring up all sorts of trouble.
Oh yeah, I forgot she wants me to act like an I don't know what. I guess I'll spit on the floor. Fancy place. I'll probably be taking a few things with me. Do I want to be an asshole? I mean, she kind of asked me to. I don't know if I want to be an asshole or not. Because that's what Ellie wants, but I feel like she's not going to get over her issues that she has with her parents if I'm just going to be an asshole. So I'll say, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for welcoming me into your home.
I don't know what to say. She's usually not like this.
Oh.
Come on, you're supposed to help me make an impression.
Yeah, but I
Anyway,
don't think you're going to get
probably
over your
wondering
issues
where
from
I've
me
been
being
all
an
this
asshole.
time.
Not exactly.
The last few years have been a bloody haze. You wouldn't believe the messes we've gotten ourselves into. Right?
Oh. What Ellie said. Ellie, you've made your point. Can we get over with this? Indeed, we've saved towns and restored property across Halcyon. I mean, we did.
Are you trying to make me look bad?
Marilyn, this really isn't the best time. Perhaps you should go.
Ooh, I'm gonna listen quietly.
We'll stay as long as we like. And while we're at it, we'll drink your expensive hooch, wear our outside shoes all over your nice floors.
Hold up, these floors aren't just nice, they're top quality marble.
She's right. Since when can you afford authentic Terran marble?
That's what we've been trying to tell you, dear, but you must understand, we hadn't heard from you in ages.
Oh, Jesus, what's going on?
We thought you were dead.
Oh, Jesus, did they take a life insurance policy out on their daughter and said she's dead? Oh, come on, please tell me that.
I'm not dead. I just never wanted to talk to you again.
I'm afraid the distinction was lost on us, darling.
Why do I get the feeling you people are about to apologize for something?
We only did what any grieving parents in our position would do.
Oh, yeah?
We collected on your
Yep.
life insurance policy.
And the payouts have been rather substantial.
Oh, my God.
You what?
But I'm sure you're much happier now knowing Ellie's alive, right?
Of course. And we shall always harbor that joyful secret deep within our hearts. And you'll report it to the insurance company, right?
It's not that simple. For one thing, we'd have to cut back on so many necessities. The neighbors would be sure to notice.
Why did you do that?
We had to explain your disappearance somehow.
We couldn't very well tell people you'd run off to become a miscreant, could we?
I've known you as a professional. I'll have you know, Ella's a professional miscreant.
Someone could hear you.
We concocted a story about Celeste Jollycurl designing a pair of 12-inch heels for you.
One of a kind, naturally.
That led to your tragic death when you tripped and broke your neck.
It was quite the story. People were talking about it for weeks. Couldn't you have at least made up a better story? Something with pirates or raptidons? And what are you gonna do now that we're here?
Yes, about that. We were just about to ask you to, leave.
Oh, Jesus.
Quietly, if you don't mind.
Bruh. If you really know your daughter, you know quiet is not her vocabulary. You people should be ashamed of yourselves.
Well, we're trying to avoid further embarrassment.
Yeah?
I'm afraid it would cause quite a stir if the neighbors saw you two stomping about. That's it? You just want us to disappear now? Marilyn, please.
Don't cause a scene.
I don't know about you, Ellie, but I'm ready to cause a scene.
Let's just get out of here, Captain. Fine. I'm gone. Forever this time.
I'm guessing I have to go outside and talk to her?
Let's talk outside.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So, what are we gonna do here? Is our choice to basically reveal ourselves to dick over her parents, I guess? This is interesting as hell.
Can you believe those two?
Damn.
We'd hardly been there a minute and they turned us out like yesterday's garbage.
They should have gotten so upset.
I wanted them to get upset. I just thought it would play out differently. They'd both be sitting there watching one of their vapid aetherwave dramas, and then we'd walk in. Mother would drop her mock apple cider, and the glass would shatter all over their overpriced marble. Father would tear off his glasses and blink open-mouthed.
This is a very specific fantasy.
Shh, I'm getting to the good part. I'd have a great one-liner in the tube. I was thinking either the leather's fake but the scars are real, or oops, did I just track awesome onto your rug?
How about it's payback time and I'm collecting with interest?
Yeah, I'm gonna use that one day. Now, getting back to my story. Father would throw his hands up because this would be just like me to come back and make a big scene. Then Mother would do the old, "You had us worried sick." Her eyes would be red and she'd have her fist in front of her mouth to stifle a sob.
You're really hurt, aren't you?
I'm not hurt. I'm outraged. Affronted, even. I just didn't want to get booted out of the house I grew up in like that. It's embarrassing, you know. and I've got a reputation to maintain.
I'm sorry, it's a rough situation.
I'm used to rough situations. Like when someone loads your pistol with blanks and strands you in a marauder moon base, or traps you in an airlock with an angry mantis worm.
Once again, that's very specific.
What can I say? I don't collect things, I collect experiences. Just can't think of a good use for this one.
You can learn something from this. It's up to you to determine what it is. Everyone's out for themselves. You've been there now. You've got to surround yourself with people who really look out for you. Yeah, that sounds good.
Unless you mean the kind who look out for you to blink so they could swipe your bits. The galaxy's not exactly crawling with those. Anyway, I don't want to sift through this lousy experience for meaningful life lessons. I'm mad, and I want to do something about it. Something like... Wait a second. What if I could get that money?
That money won't make you better about what happened.
Want to bet? I've got some big appetites, and they're all cheap.
I'm not really your money anymore. Theirs. You got a plan in mind?
I could open a new account, designate that account holder as a sole beneficiary. All the payouts would go to me. I'll make money without doing a thing. And I'll get to cut them off.
Quite the role reversal.
As long as I don't develop a taste for Woolgonzola and bad legal dramas, that's fine by me. My policy is with the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group. They have an office in Byzantium. Maybe you could use some of your people skills to help me set up a dummy beneficiary account. If that doesn't work, I'm sure we can find one of their terminals and do it ourselves.
Alright, and let's go do that really quick.
All
right, so...
had a gun like yours, Nyoka. He polished it, sang to it, slept with it. Not like that, as far as I know.
Sounds like he had himself a discerning palate. Where are you going with this?
All right.
He couldn't hit the broadside of an assault cruiser, hence the tin shredder.
Wouldn't be the first man I met bearing compensation for his lack of skill.
I'm afraid I can't come down anymore.
Alright, well that, I guess that wraps up their story. It's really the only reason I kept all that in. And we're already here after running halfway across the city. I'm sure that, you know, some of the fancy people didn't have to say anything, and here we are. So, this is a far cry from what I thought. Just basically, their parents are stealing the life insurance they took out on Ellie, but Ellie's not dead, but they just want her to leave so they can continue the money. And now we're just going to put the money for her life insurance in her name so she gets paid for being dead, but she's actually not dead, and she's the one getting paid for being dead. Sounds good. Hope you followed that. Soul letter in the envelope addressed to the Greater Halcyon satellite office in Fallbrook on the planet of Monarch.
I guess we're going
Seriously? Alright, so... God. That's a problem with a lot of these fetch quests. It's like, oh, I gotta go up there, then I gotta go back here. It's basically going here and going there. Alright. I guess back to Fallbrook really quick so we can set up our dummy account and help out Ellie get closure by stealing the insurance money from her parents for herself? Definitely not what I thought was going to be happening, but whatever. Alright, back to Fallbrook. Alright everyone, and you join me back here at Fallbrook. Again, I'm kind of getting really disheartened by these last quests here. Because it's basically, oh, go back here, go there, and it's quick talk to one person or click one thing, and then that's it. Then I'm guessing after here, we're going to have to run all the way back to Byzantium to rub it in her parents' face.
Looks like the place. You ready to get my money or what?
Oh, this should be interesting. Hello, lady.
Welcome to the offices of the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group, Halcyon's premier provider of life and disaster-related insurance. I'm obligated to inform you that our coverage does not extend to incidents deemed to result from negligence, criminal activity, or dullness of mind.
Dullness of mind?
Some people, but no one in this office, I assure you, might call it stupidity.
Fair enough.
It's like they say, there's no cure for that.
So, what kind of insurance package can I interest you in? We're running a special on dismemberment policies. Buy one, get one half off.
Ooh. But really, I need to change the beneficiary on Marilyn Fenwill's life insurance policy.
I remember that one. That's the young socialite who broke her neck, right?
Yep.
Of course, no one remembers me for the marauders I've killed or the bits I've stolen. Typical.
That claim was airtight. Our best investigators couldn't find an exclusion for that one.
Let's stay on topic. I want to change her beneficiary.
You can't, of course. Only Miss Fenhill can assign her beneficiaries. And she's dead. If we let every friend, relative, and acquaintance change a policy like that, people would do it all the time. Imagine the paperwork.
Okay, but how would I change it?
Oh, you mean hypothetically?
Yes.
Well, hypothetically, you'd access the terminal in the back room that contains data on all our policies. And you'd, theoretically, add the beneficiary of your choice. But you wouldn't actually do that, of course. That would be fraud.
Well, you see, with Intimidated 30, you'll do this or you'll be filling out your own claim.
Please. My policy only covers paper cuts and wrist strain.
Oh, damn.
Very well. I'll do it. But then you've got to go. Confrontations like this will raise my premiums. I'll need the name of the new beneficiary.
Ellie Fenhill?
If you say so. The payouts will flow exclusively into the new account at the start of the month. I hope Ms. Fenhill enjoys her newfound prosperity.
What else can you tell me about the insurance policies?
Plenty. As my boss likes to say, there's a policy for every situation and an exclusion for every policy. We've insured unusually expressive eyebrows, outrageous statements, disastrous marriages.
Who gets their eyebrows insured?
Usually character actors, or corporate execs with menacing stares.
Oh, jeez. Who would get an outrageous statement insured?
That policy is almost exclusively for our corporate clientele. In the unlikely event they make a claim about a product that turns out to be less than accurate, they need some kind of protection against the damage to their sales and reputation.
If only people can do that nowadays. And disastrous marriages?
Those are mostly for top rungers in Byzantium who have a lot of social and financial capital wrapped up in their marriage contracts. There's one for your beloved eloping with your sibling, your beloved eloping with their sibling, scandalous rumors forcing you apart, the revelation of a secret love child. We try to cover every possible hazard to domestic bliss.
Lovely. And that's all I need to know.
One thing's for sure. You won't find better policy protection against sudden lunar implosions anywhere in Halcyon.
And why is your office on Monarch, seeing as though it's closed off to the board?
We're not on Monarch. For all practical and tax-related purposes, this office is an official enclave of Byzantium. Legally speaking, corporations are not allowed to operate on Monarch. But financially speaking, there are certain costs to running a business from within Byzantium's walls. So while our official address is in the city, and while our office here is technically an extension of that address, we found it more expedient to conduct our key operations here. So we can... what's the phrase? Pass savings to the consumer, of course.
So you're dodging the authorities?
We prefer to think of it as chasing the savings. Turns out that not having to pay kickbacks, fines, and rent in the most expensive city in Halcyon improves our liquidity. Plus, Sublight keeps this place running remarkably well, and they sure drive business our direction.
That's all I need to know.
Harlow was rottener than a week-old Vorst. Big surprise.
Okay, Ellie, I mean, that was old days news, but okay, what's up?
You really did it. Give these payouts a few years and I'll be rolling in it.
If that's all you wanted, you could have just stayed in Byzantium.
Being a surgeon out there isn't as great as it seems. At least half your day is paperwork and red tape. No amount of money is worth dealing with that. I'm just glad my folks aren't gonna live off that awful story they made up. Maybe now they'll have to go back to real jobs.
Real jobs?
Maybe as line holders or warm bodies?
Let's talk about your future instead.
Come on, I thought we were celebrating. You want me to think about the future?
We've got to plan ahead at some point.
You talk like someone who likes lists. Maybe you haven't noticed, but you can't even count on a bribe making it into the right pocket. What's the point of planning for anything around here?
And that's the kind of thinking that's running this place into the crapper.
Hate to say it, but Halcyon's already there. Anyway, enough of that. You did a job for me, so here's your fee.
Glad we're remembering what's important. I appreciate it, but I didn't do this for the money.
Don't make it weird. Even you've got to be in it for the money now and then. Why else would you go through all this trouble?
No, because you're my friend, Ellie. This is what friends do.
You sure? Because my kind of friends will pick your pocket clean while they're getting hammered with you.
I'm not a doer, I'm not a talker. Let's just leave it at that. Friendship is important, but what else are you fighting for if not for the people who care about you?
You don't have to get all mushy about it.
Yeah, well.
Still, maybe you've got a point. Maybe it's good to watch someone's back now and then so that one day they watch yours. So, you just keep the money. One of us has to look out for your interests.
Wouldn't want to be indebted to me again, huh?
It's nothing personal. It's just the closest thing I've got to a code. Anyway, enough of the touchy-feelies, huh?
And that was it? She gained the grave perk? Okay, and then what perk is that? Oh, well, she has a level up too. Heal and downwind. Yeah, sure. Show off that medic. Beyond the grave she's got. Cost of bribes minus 50%? That's actually pretty good. That's actually useful. Ellie, you have the first perk in the entire game out of all the companions that's actually useful for business. Yes, business. That's what we're calling it. Right now, Hoka? Yes. You're all about the business, right? So, I think we're going to wrap up the episode here today. I want to thank everyone who joined me along our journey here in the Outer Worlds. This was the final companion quest that we have, so all of our companions are quote-unquote loyal, if they even mattered to be loyal in this game. I'm not sure if that's going to affect anything down the line, but hey, it's good to check that off the list, because Ellie told us we like lists, and yeah, I kind of do like lists. So, I think in the next episode we can finally, after I don't know how many hours of going through the Gorgon and all the DLC to wrapping up all of our companions' first world problems, we can finally get into meeting that little informant that Phineas told us what seems like forever ago at this point. Drop a like, drop a sub, do all those things on below, and join me in the next episode as we continue on our adventures in the Outer Worlds. But until next time, I've been Adam, this has been HMO4 Gaming, this has been the Outer Worlds. Thank you very much. Have a great day.